Y'all know how we living. 48 the gang. Welcome, guys, to another episode of the Off the Ropes podcast. I'm your humble host, Young SEAKA. Unfortunately, MAYAH couldn't show up because of health issues, so I wish her all the best. I really hope that she gets better. But today I'm the type of person, like, I love to be able to have people that have been instrumental in how I was able to establish myself. When I first started, I didn't really know how to really go about things. I didn't really know how business worked at all. And it's one of those persons that really took the time to show me the ropes, even if we didn't really see eye to eye all the time. But without confrontation, you're not able to really get the best out of relationships, right? So please introduce yourself.
Yeah, man. So I go by Kazi. I go by the name Kazi. It's a pleasure to be here, bro. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a new chapter for you.
Definitely.
And I can't say anything else but just being proud, yo. So thank you for having me, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
I hope MAYAH gets better.
Yeah.
But yeah, prayers up, yeah. But for real, yo, it's a pleasure to be here, and it's a pleasure to just witness, like greatness, you know what I mean, as it's developing. So yeah, man, I just want to thank you for inviting me.
No, of course. Like I said, relationships are very important, especially in business. But you need to be able to, even with partners, be able to kind of detach. Yeah. To be able to build something on your ones. Yeah. To then be just as beneficial to your partner or other people that you're doing business with. Yeah. If not more than just that, right? Yeah. So, I think the last time that we were working together was EE Media. Yep. Right? Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you want to kind of give us an entry as to why that you took steps behind from that
I think we should even back up a bit for the people who might not, which I would be surprised, like at least in Ottawa, who don't know what EE Media was, but I think we should back up a bit just to give a bit of the story behind how that started. I've said this story before, obviously, but it was just an idea of putting up and coming talent in Ottawa on a platform, and just spreading the word, not only locally but at some point nationally and even globally.
What's crazy? We did do that, and I feel like a lot of people kind of got their blueprint. Yeah.
Yo, talk your shit. Talk your shit. Talk your shit.
This is not for me to speaking my shit. Definitely is a space for you. I'll be talking my shit regardless. Yeah. Yeah, no, man, definitely. Like, I want to know, like, what was going through your mind when you first started thinking of EE Media? Yeah,
I was hungry, man. I was hungry, and like, I noticed that I had people around me who shared the same hunger, bro. You know, like, for real. Like, it's just a bunch of people around me, and I was like, yo, why is it that we're not coming together to do something, that's going to benefit, obviously, us, but everyone around us, like. So when I was thinking about it, I was like, bro, everyone is just dropping SoundCloud links. Like, at the time, it was SoundCloud. Yeah. It's like now, like, everyone was just putting Instagram stories of their songs. It just didn't make sense to me why we're all using the same means to get to the same end. It's like it just didn't make sense to me. So it was the idea that, like, bro, we can all find a way to come together and build a platform by artists, by talent, for talent. You know what I mean? And for consumers,
what the crazy thing I've learned is that, and I guess that's across the board, right? But, like, just in general, working with people, you think that you want to be beneficial for people. Yeah. And oftentimes, it doesn't really, like,
translate.
It doesn't translate. The thing is definitely to have people on both interests. And even then, I feel like a lot of times people are waiting to kind of take advantage of what you can offer them.
Yeah.
and they kind of just do their own thing.
In a pragmatic sense, like in very applicable ways, like it doesn't always translate. And I think that's a lesson you only get to learn when you actually do it. You know what I mean? Like, in theory, it sounds good, what we have as an idea, but like, just putting it into action, sometimes it doesn't translate. And that's fine, man. You know what I mean? Like, I think that was the biggest lesson. Like, it's fine that, you know, ideas start one way and then they adapt into something else. You know what I mean? And like, but we're evolving beings. You know what I mean? So like, I don't think there's anything wrong with trying something out and looking around and saying, yo, maybe we shouldn't move this way. Maybe we should adjust it and go this way. You know what I mean? So all this to say, like, you're right. Like a lot of people took that foundation, you know, and they took it and ran with it. And I think at the end of the day, like,
that's what we do it for.
That's what we do it for. Like, I don't feel any form. And to be honest, we'll probably never get the credit for it. 100%. You know what I mean? Like, 100%. And that's fine with me, you know, like the people know, they know, you know what I mean? And that's really what matters. And more importantly, like, I think we're at a place now where sometimes we see things, the unfolding like in our city, and we're like, man, like in a kind of a way we were part of that, you know what I mean? Like we were instrumental in kind of having that sense, you know. I encourage you guys, if you guys have never went or you guys forgot and you want to do your history, go on YouTube and write EE Media and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Like,
I mean, Ben Telford, let's talk, you know what I mean?
Yo, shout out to Ben. Shout out to Ben, man.
Yeah, give him his first shot.
Yeah. Yo.
No, talk about it. No, don't get shy.
It's not. No, I'm sure Ben would also say the same thing. And this is obviously not a shot to Ben, because Ben is talented in general, man.
Very talented dude.
I found Ben on Kijiji. You know, like this is initially when we were looking to build a team, and we wanted an in-house videographer, you know what I mean? Someone who was working with us, helping us develop the ideas. And bro, at that time, if I'm not mistaken, he had like 1 or 2 videos out, you know what I mean? And even then, like as I was speaking to him, he was like, yo, the content that I have right now is by far not what I can do, you know what I mean? So I think we were able to connect very easily, you know what I mean? And like I think we tried One Sip to the Script episode together, and then we ended up shooting a video together, and we just kind of clicked, you know. The whole group clicked, and yeah, like for the next like year and a half, 2 years, we were able to make some very dope content. At the same time, he was very forward about the fact that, you know, he was developing his own brand as well. Platform, he wanted to do music video. That was his first love, you know. And I think E-Media helped that too, you know. I think all of us as a collective, once again, the purpose was to help each other as well as help the platform for the benefit of everyone else. So I think it works successfully. You know what I mean?
Let me put you on the ropes, man.
On the ropes.
Got some tequila. I got some lemonade.
On the ropes.
You dig? I feel like you're talking a bit too formally.
On the ropes. I'm dead.
Talk to me, fam. You know this was gonna come, so don't act surprised.
Okay.
As far as music goes, right? Yeah. As far as this platform, just this whole endeavor of taking business to the next level.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Yeah.
Seeing how Ben was able to push his brand.
Yeah.
And not necessarily keep it under the same umbrella.
Yeah.
I think that's important to talk about, because like people like to talk a lot of shit, you know. People might not be vocal about it, might not be loud about it, but if somebody in a group does better than others, and by no means am I saying that he's doing better than you, you know, or better than me, but he was definitely able to showcase his talent to a lot more people than, you know, what he was able to be before leaving the team. Okay. So my question to you is, like, did you ever feel some type of way about that situation? Did you ever feel like, fuck, like, nigga, you could have came back and, you know?
Yeah. 2 things. The first thing is, like...
Actually, take a shot first.
I'm dead.
Take a shot first.
I'm dead.
Yeah?
Yo, thanks for the tequila, by the way. Nah, 2 things. Yo, the first thing is, like, man, we were young. You know what I mean? We were hella young, you know? Like, Ben was still in high school. You know what I mean? For real. Like, when you think about it, like, bro, he was in high school. I think he was like 17, 18 when we started, or like 17. And like, bro, I was barely pushing 20. You were 21. Like,
Slave shit, man.
I'm fucking dead. You know, like we were youths, man. We were youths. So some of the, I would say the business etiquette, you know what I mean, and the way business was conducted internally, I think like we just didn't have that in us. You know what I mean? Or at least to the fullest extent. You know what I mean? So, man, I can't condemn him for anything. Like I don't. You know what I mean? And the second thing is like.
But at the time, did you feel some type of way about it? I can be honest with you.
Yeah.
Be honest with you. Me personally, when Ben was like, you know what? As far as the podcast goes, I'm not really interested to shoot this.
Yeah. He's like, but I'm done.
I was like, nigga, what? Nigga, you don't want to shoot my shit?
Yeah.
But then after, I was like, yo, he's also a talented.
Yeah. But it's not the.
I want to see him.
It's not like even, and you could speak to it too. I don't think it's the talent that like obviously the talent was there, but it's not the talent that made you say like, okay, cool, like, you know what I mean, like you can be part of, if you don't want to be part of this anymore, that's fine, as long, you know, you could be part of this or that as well, like you could be a part of other aspects of the company. Because for me, like I knew going into it that like when I met him, he was a music videographer, you know what I mean? So his first passion wasn't podcast or just shooting interviews, you know what I mean?
Right. But
so
let me switch it up.
Right? But then again, everyone had to play their part.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So
that's a fact.
Yeah.
You were the one position.
Yeah. Exactly. 100%. But the idea was, if you remember very clearly, like, and this is it's interesting because this is like a conversation, an internal conversation that I think people didn't get to see when we were being out and we were doing, but like, it's the nature of the business, like, you know what I mean, like things happen, but like everyone had to play their part, and the goal was to automate certain things in order to avoid in order to be able to grow, you know what I mean, like we were supposed to automate certain things in order to grow. Ben did like a season and a half of Sip to the Script, you know what I mean, and then after that, like it was pretty like automatic, like, you know what I mean? So like to bring someone in, shout out to Terrell, or you know what I mean, like to bring someone in, you know what I mean, like it's supposed to be easy to just transition because everything is pretty much there. It's not on a silver platter, but like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And Ben did help do that, you know what I mean? He did build a document, I remember, like where he broke it down in order to give it to Terrell, you know. But in terms of like him developing his brand on the side and it taking off the way it did, I think it's the nature of the game, you know what I mean? Like if you look at what he does as a service, like everyone's in need of that, you know what I mean?
And I think that as talented that he is, to me it wasn't a surprise that eventually he was going to use the company as a stepping stone.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think that's
100%.
what everybody should be doing. I feel like a lot of people, when they start music or when they start business just in general, they get very attached because a lot of people, Ottawa's not a very business-driven city. You know what I mean? So like I feel like a lot of people, when they click up, they first click up with their friends, right? Yeah. So when your friend sees an opportunity to grow and become even better, they sometimes take it personally. But we never had that problem with Ben because Ben, it was never like I grew up with him. It was never like a friendship thing. Wasn't.
But even more than that, like, even if it's on a friendship tip, right? Like, that's the important thing of indulging in business with friends is that, man, you got to be able to draw that line, you know? And like, one thing.
How were you able to draw that line? Because one thing I can be honest about, you and I were always like friends, starting the shit. Yeah. But once it came down to breaking down in terms of what the business was going to be like, you never took it personally. Yeah. And that's one thing I can honestly say, when we started E-Media, I've learned from you. Yeah. Because personally, I wasn't a business guy. Like, what the fuck? Like, the most business I had ever done was like dealing with my little brother. Like, yo, if you do these dishes today, I'll clean your room tomorrow. But when you got into a professional setting, that breakdown is complete.
To be honest, bro, like even myself, man, like I don't want to sound like like a business guru. Like a lot of it was like a learning curve for me too. You know what I mean? But I think one of the predominant like rule I knew for sure, I was like, man, you got to be able to compartmentalize a business relationship and a personal relationship, you know what I mean? And I mean, like it's spilt over at times, right? But even more importantly, like you know, you would tell me like, yo, sometimes you're just too blunt, you know what I mean, or like you're too forward, you know what I mean, like you gotta present it this way, and those are things that I even learned myself, you know. But the idea of being blunt, it's like, you know, it's more of being like transparent, you know what I mean, like, yo, the facts are here, this is what it is, and this is how we have to move, like regardless of how we shape it up or box it up, like this is what it is, you know. So all this to say, like, yo, shout out to Ben, yo. Honestly, like, I'm proud of him, man. And
it seems like I'm talking shit.
Yeah, no, it's coming from a place of love. You know?
I'm so proud of what he was able to do, and to be part of what Metro was able to put forward in terms of artistry. Yo, to even feel like you were a part of it.
Ben is instrumental in, I mean, a lot of artists' careers in terms of videography, at least. Ben is instrumental in a lot of people's videos, you know. And I'm not even gonna lie, like what's even crazy is aside from Ben, it's crazy, I hear people and I'm not gonna say names, but I hear people like in interviews and stuff say like, yeah, like my most successful video to date is from like E-Media, or people saw my video and that's how I got to this, you know what I mean? So like, nah, man, we did work, you know what I mean? Like, and one thing is we didn't want to lean on other people as well, right? So like that's why it was important to.
That's another thing too. Business in Ottawa is cutthroat.
Yeah. We didn't want to lean on other people. Even we didn't want to lean on we wanted to lean on each other, but we didn't want to be in a place where like, man, there's only one person who can do this one thing. You know what I mean? Like as a startup, it's important to be able to fit your hands in many pockets. You know what I mean? Like not to become maybe a jack of all trades, but to just have a basis of understanding about certain.
Yeah, when a nigga's playing you gotta know what the fuck going on.
Why does it take like 3 weeks to edit a video? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you know exactly at least the basis of Premiere,
right,
you kind of understand like, yo, it doesn't take 3 weeks to edit a music video. You know what I mean? So you become I think more agile and just like generally understanding things. You know, so yeah.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I definitely agree with that. But now, past the transition, I feel like, you know, there's definitely a two-part to this story, right? So when we first joined with Ben and everything was striving, you know, artists were hitting us up for interviews, hitting us up for fucking coverages of their shit, you know. Again, like I said, like the Ottawa scene is very cutthroat because there's literally nothing happening. So the moment that someone comes with something of value, it just feels like, you know, a lot of niggas is gog 3,000, you know? That's just my opinion, though. I don't want to be rude by any means, and you don't have to laugh at it. I know you're an artist.
But the thing is, I don't play the politic game.
That's the thing.
I don't play the politic game.
So that's my question to you, right? When after E-Media, when you were able to push yourself and you wanted to create more for yourself, you started this 2020 Vision campaign, right? Kind of do talk a bit about this because... and the reason why I'm asking this question so broadly is because I want to know, what did you learn from this campaign? Where did it take you? Where, like, just the whole experience in general. Why did you start that? It's
a good question, bro. 2020 Vision was, first of all, a play on the year 2020. And it was like, okay.
See what you did there.
You know, I'm blind, so like I wear glasses naturally, but I have contacts, you know. So I don't remember why, but I was looking into like, you know, someone was saying like, oh, 2020 vision is just having perfect vision, but it's not just having perfect vision. It's about like not only how far you can see, but how clear you can see, how good are your colors, the dynamics of your eyes. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many aspects that consist of 2020 vision. But people think it's just having perfect vision, like you could see clearly. Right. So I added to it by saying like, man, what I think is extreme 2020 vision, or the epitome of 2020 vision, is having foresight. So being able to see ahead before things happen. You know
so you shitting on niggas with your music career.
So just being able to, you know what I mean? Being able to know like, yo, this is like, not only am I manifesting, but like I see it already. You know what I mean? Foresight. So
hot seat.
Yo, I feel like I'm on Red Table Talk.
No, don't talk, nigga. I'm talking. To be honest with you, when you first started that campaign, I wasn't fucking with the music. That's fair. No, I wasn't fucking with it. I fuck with Trust.
Which one weren't you fucking with?
Okay, so
Because Beaming, which was the first, actually no,
Beaming
Fine
I
China,
fuck with.
Fine China, you were fucking.
Fine China and Beeman I was fucking with.
Those were the two first ones.
But I'm not talking when you first started the campaign. I'm talking the campaign in general when you were making the music. Okay. I personally, when you try to high pitch your sound, I wasn't fucking with it because and I'll be completely honest with you on camera, so you don't fucking twist my words going forward, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. When you rap, I have not heard too many artists that can match the bars you come up with. You have a real experience. You have a real life experience. Yeah. So when you start rapping, especially when remember the fucking studios at Ottawa U? My nigga, we turned the whole school. We were smoking in the staircase.
We turned.
Not me though.
Not me.
Halal.
I wasn't doing that,
but
we turned the Ottawa studio into like a trap house, bro. Yeah. To be honest, like, yo, Ottawa U's probably gonna never let us back into that place. But nah, we were freestyling, yeah.
Like even when we first started that studio, even the people that were coming around were just like, yo, this is an organic vibe. We haven't felt that from anybody in the city before. People were coming to me and like talking about how I'm the Adam 22 of the city. Nigga, stop sucking dick. Like, what the fuck?
I'm dead. But it was an era, man. That was an era. But we were, I mean, like even events, bro. We were pulling up like 30 deep, like you know, like the Future Nights that we hosted at People. You know, people forget. I know you guys forget the Future Nights, the OVO nights that we did at People. You know, and like we were pulling up like 30, 40, 50 deep. You know, but these were actually our guys. Like it's not like we weren't running around. We were just a posse. Like these are our guys that are in the studio with us. You know, they come to the videos. You know, they were.
No, let's go back to the question. Yeah, that's a fact. I agree with you 100%. Like it was a very organic vibe at first, but when we started with, you know what I mean. You started with the 2020 vision. Yeah. Again, like I said, I wasn't really fucking with the sound.
But because the thing is like, and this is where I need to ask you because I don't really understand. So when I started 2020 vision, the first song I dropped was Fine China, then Beeman. So now you're telling me you like both of those songs. And then the next song I dropped after that was an R&B song called Messy. Okay, you weren't fucking with that. Now, mind you, there are people who tell me that song is one of my most vulnerable songs in terms of romanticizing a woman, or you know what I mean, like just being vulnerable with feelings and stuff like that. I know you don't look to me for that because like that's not where you think I flourish. Yeah.
My nigga, you know me. Yeah. Have I ever been a hater?
No.
So if I come to you and I tell you that, or if anybody was to come and tell you that, is it because they're looking to be a hater or fuck?
I don't think you're hating though. I think it's just I never said no. I don't think.
Did you feel like you needed to chase that high pitch, I can sing type of sound? What did you learn from that campaign from expanding your sound?
Mind you though, like just for facts, like that high pitch that you're describing, there are still songs that I don't do it as much. Maybe you know what I mean. Like I think I know.
It's not that you don't do it as much. I personally feel like you found that balance.
I understand.
Like that last song you shot in Africa with the paintball. Yeah. Shout out my nigga Yvan. Yeah. My nigga, you had a 6'8" nigga in the video. That's wild. Shooting niggas.
That's facts. He had to kneel down to pause, but you had to squat down too, and you know.
But you found that perfect balance.
I'm hitting high pitches over there.
But that's what I'm saying. You found that balance where even if you're singing, it's still bars, and what you're singing is so. That's why I want to know, because that song wasn't part of the 2020 vision. It wasn't. So what did you learn from that vision?
Man, I learned a lot, bro. I learned a lot. First of all, like when I started 2020 vision, so the idea was I'm dropping a song every 2 weeks. I was doing the Russ. If you guys know Russ, like Russ has a story of how he dropped a song every week for a year, and he was picking up steam as he was going, you know? So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to drop a song every 2 weeks, not to be hard on myself. And I did it until COVID happened. And then COVID happened, and then the whole thing wiped out. So I'm like, yo, I can't even perform these songs. I'm not going to be able to go on the road. Or like, I can't really do anything with these songs except drop them. And we thought it was temporary, so I kept the songs in the stash. I was still recording, but I was keeping the songs in the stash. And then at some point it's like, man, where's the material? You know what I mean? Like, where's the songs? You know, like people are bored in the house. So I made this thing called.
And that was the best moment to start dropping music because niggas had nothing to do but to tune in.
We didn't know, bro.
No, we didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
no, you're saying post.
But I'm saying in perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah, post pandemic. Yeah. Now when you think about it, it probably was. But if you really think about it in that moment, bro, like no one was really, bro. We were in a pandemic. Like even the message you're trying to get across on a song, like it doesn't even hit the same because like we're thinking the world's gonna end to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Like no one's really trying to hear like what you got to say about what you did in the club. You know what I mean? Like popping, like not even to say that's the content, but like. You have nothing can relate at this moment, you know what I mean? So we took a pause, and then the pause ended up being hella long, so I ended up doing what I called like a solitude package. And a solitude package was talking about like just being in solitude at home for so long. And I dropped 4 songs, and those were some of my most successful songs. One was called Work It, the Afrobeat song.
Yeah, with LPH.
Mm-hmm. And that's how I decided like, yo, like I'm gonna go to Africa, because I dropped it I think in May. And then I did a video for it in August. And then I said, yo, in December, I'm going to go and promote the song.
So the biggest thing you learned from the 2020 vision was to reassess when the situation changed.
Yeah, just adapt. You know what I mean? Adapt. And even more importantly, like don't like operate on your own schedule. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, you were right. You're right. Like now that we think about it, I could have dropped more. It wouldn't have mattered, you know, but maybe I was waiting on other people to drop first, you know, maybe I was waiting on the world to go back to normal, but you got to operate on your own schedule and you got to adapt.
Yeah, and I remember at the beginning of fucking the pandemic, niggas were moving like, yo, I know in 3 months we're going back in the streets.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Yo, the Twitter.
It was either two sides. It was either, yo, things are going to go back to normal. This is a 1 month thing, or yo, the world is coming to an end. This is 2012, but like 2021, you know what I mean? Like,
just to kind of switch it up now, I just want to ask you a random question, you know, because you were in Africa and you were able to push your music down there. You were able to, you know, sign a deal down there, which I want to talk about.
Yo, I don't know why this guy just killed me. Oh my goodness. What deal?
Did you sign an NDA? All right, safe. Okay, so my question to you is, you know, you were in Africa, you felt the vibe of what the Afro wave was doing in Africa, right? So how do you feel about Essence not even getting a Grammy nomination? Yo,
that's insane. But to be honest with you, bro, when you actually...
That song was everywhere.
Bro, that was the song of the summer.
Literally. Didn't Justin Bieber get on it?
It was the song of the summer before Bieber got on it.
What is happening?
It was the song of the summer before Bieber got on it.
Grammy nomination, you niggas need to switch out them old white niggas in there.
That's the thing about
dead ass.
No. That's the problem when it comes to being voted. But being nominated, bro, there's so much politics in there. Like, did they even submit the song to be nominated? Like, that's the first thing we need to ask. Did the team submit the song to be nominated?
Okay, but that's my thing though. If your brand is to push what's the most popping, what's the most relevant, because that's what Grammy is, right?
No, it isn't.
Bro, the brand of Grammy is to go on TV to push to as many people as possible. Because you say song of the summer. Yeah. That's an impartial statement.
No, the Grammys is an accolade. It's just an accolade. It's a prestigeness. That's all it is.
But and the title of the brand, it's the song of the summer. It's not the song of the summer by our standards.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. But what I'm saying is, in order for it to even be voted, it has to be nominated. And then we have to ask ourselves, like, we're not privy to this information. Did Wizkid's team, which I doubt they didn't, like, I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. If they submitted the song and it wasn't nominated, I'd be shocked. I'd be baffled, you know? But the song should not only be nominated, should win. I don't know what category, because, like, does Grammys even have an Afrobeat category? They're probably not even Why do we look to Grammy? This is a bigger conversation. Why do we look for Grammys why do we look towards Grammy being the prestige or the validation that we're looking for?
I see you putting me on the ropes, nigga. Fuck you.
No, I'm asking.
Okay, then I'm answering the question. Because Grammys, you know, and it's the same thing with Spotify, Apple Music, you know? They buy their way into the label system, which a lot of us...
We're talking about some conspiracy, fam. Come on.
Bro, these are things that are talked about by artists that are signed.
No, the thing is, Grammy picks up judges. Like, the judges and the people who vote are
I'm not talking about that. That's not what I'm talking about.
Grammys don't put money into labels.
That's not what I'm talking about either. I'm just thinking labels in general, they buy their way into Grammy nomination. Even Beyonce talked about it, right? If I want to be nominated, I have to show up to the Grammys. That's something that Kanye West, Beyonce, Jay-Z has talked about. It's not a secret, right? So if I have to be there, that means most likely if Beyonce as big as an artist as she is, she has to be there. What do you think the smaller artists have to do to be there? So my question to you now is...
No, but you didn't answer my question. Why do we seek Grammys to...
Because it's the biggest accolade.
Why?
It's the biggest accolade.
Because we say so?
Because it's on TV.
There's BT awards are on TV.
Yeah, but it's not. It didn't gain that notoriety.
I think as a culture, as a hip hop, like I'm not speaking for myself, but I think as a culture, we should stop idolizing Grammys as the validation that we need for our success.
And that's great. That's a great.
It doesn't make sense.
That's a great point.
Not to say that I wouldn't want a Grammy. I'm not saying that at all. But bro, I think even the new generation, they don't care for Grammys, bro.
That's a great point of view, and I respect that. Yeah. But the reality of it is, if you win a Grammy, your label might toss you a couple more bucks.
Grammy ratings in terms of the actual people watching the show has been declining for the past 10 years, bro.
So why do artists still look to that for validation? Because it has an imprint. Yeah. Okay. So my question to you now is, if you can answer. Yeah. Why is it that the Grammys are so protocol driven opposed to just giving the accolades to the people that deserve it?
For the same reason you just said, man. It's like a secret society, man. It's like it's a group, an internal group that just feels like they carry that prestigious and they can't share it with everyone, or else it doesn't hold the same weight as it does, So they pick and choose who they give it to, and they're very selective. There's a lot of politics in there. Who's rubbing shoulders? The thing that Beyonce said and Kanye is that when I show up, the reason why there's more likely for me to get voted, it's because
they're bigger than the Grammys.
Exactly. I'm bringing in revenue for these guys when I show up. That 10 seconds when they show me on the camera as I'm sitting down, Beyonce in the you know what I mean? That's bringing in money for them. So it's playing a game, and bro, hopefully the Grammys don't see this, yo. Yeah. I love you guys.
All right, so to take it further now, right? You were in Africa, you signed deals, you kissed babies, you shake hands. It was COVID. Shut the fuck up, nigga. So, please, kind of give us a bit of what your point of view was in Africa. Yeah. Because, Canada, States, Africa, the market is most definitely different, right? So what did you learn from dealing with artists like B-Threy and so on and so forth?
Man, the Africa scene, first of all, is the biggest scene in the world right now.
Shout out Steve, because he told us before it happened. For a fact. Told us on fucking Of Course Studios. I remember Steve sat down and said Africa to the fucking world.
He's not lying. He wasn't lying. Rest in peace to my brother. No, but even before that, he told me that way before that. He told me that way before that. He was telling me this, maybe 3 years ago, this was when, we saw the signs even to say, yo, Wizkid with, Davido was always big, but then, we had Wizkid who was collaborating with Drake on One Dance. Then we had Burna Boy bubbling up. It was a whole era, but it's crazy because we in the Western world we catch on so late, So by the time it got to us, it was huge in Africa. It was even bigger in Europe. You know what I mean? Because Europe has more of an African descent. In Western, I think in North America we're more Caribbean driven and stuff like that. But yeah, when I went there, I just noticed that, man, number one, don't ever disrespect Africa in terms of what you think. What you see on TV, what you see on TV in terms of what Africa is it's misleading.
Fuck World Vision, nigga. Fuck World Vision. That's a fact.
Not just World Vision, man. Even the concept of seeing Africa in a movie.
Yo, to me, you know what's the craziest thing? That white people still think that we don't have roads in Haiti or Africa or anywhere in the Caribbean. Nigga, they see roads in Africa. They're like, they show up there and they're like, whoa, you guys have cars? Yo, fuck you, nigga.
Roads, cell phone towers, you know what I mean? the basis of living. You know what I mean? Right. Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like, me being there, I not only saw that we were up to date with certain things, but they're actually ahead on certain things. You know what I mean? Like, at least in Rwanda, like, they're the most ecologically advanced country in Africa, let alone like almost the world. Like, you will not find a piece of plastic. You know here how you see a Tim Hortons cup on the ground? You cannot see that.
I mean, yo, even Steve was telling me when he first came back from Africa, he was telling me, like, as far as COVID protocols, Canada has nothing on Rwanda.
Of course.
Because, like, yo, you have the king or the president tell you, yo, streets are shut down tonight.
Yeah, we have curfews. I mean, people try to implement curfews here, but I don't think it worked fully. But, like, you know what I mean? But no, man, like, it just taught me that, man, my expectations of Africa, that was my first time going to Africa in 5 years, you know, and last time I went, I was fairly young, so even my understanding of certain things weren't as clear, but like going in and knowing specifically that I'm there for music, the music scene is bubbling, and more importantly, man, I have so much love for the African people. I have so much love for the Rwandese community because they supported me just organically, you know, they supported me because of the music, they supported me because I was one of them.
So the biggest thing was the support in Africa, really?
I mean, that's part of the lesson that I learned, but I'm just appreciative of the support because, man, they say like one of the sayings is like, no, like your home is usually the last place that supports you. But to me, like, that's the opposite because like the amount of love and support that I got from Rwanda made me remember that this is actually home for me. You know what I mean? Like, like Ottawa's still home. Ottawa is where I was raised, but my roots are in Rwanda. You know what I mean? So I have so much love and support, and I still get, bro, like, I can't even answer all my DMs, to be honest. Like, I still get messages every single day of people just, now they're nagging me for music, you know what I mean? But it's dope to see people actually engaged and they want to hear from me, you know what I mean? And I think I needed that, you know, because like, you know, when you're working amongst people who are all doing the same thing, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of forget that, like, yo, like, there are people who are generally supporting you. It's not competition all the time, you know. There are people who are showing love and actually want to see you succeed.
Yeah, no, most definitely. I agree with that. I feel like, you know, you learned a lot
from being in a different setting.
Shout out to Africa, man. Shout out to Africa. I encourage every single person, bro, to go to Africa. Whether or not you're African, go to Africa and just, like, discover a whole new world, man. You know what I mean?
No, I'll be honest with you, bro. I'm so happy that you're pushing this Africa narrative as hard as you are because, you know what I mean? And I can be honest about that, to be honest with you. Like, I'm still not really over this Steve thing, right? Like, that was my nigga forever, and like, I love him to death. You know, and so I'm happy that we're having people that are pushing the African narrative instead of having a white person in front of me telling me that Africa needs funds, when a lot of niggas in Africa are making more money than niggas in Canada. So that's that. Anyways, kind of spills over to my next question, right? So, like, how was that experience once you came to Africa, right? Yeah. Like, forget the friendship shit, right? Yeah. But as far as like business and being there for your music career, how was it to kind of, you know, work with people that are not from where you're from?
Yeah. It was dope. It was dope because
B-Threy's not from Canada, right? Is he?
No. Shout out to B-Threy. That's my dog too. Like, B-Threy's not from Africa. B-Threy is one of the biggest trap artists. They call it Kenya trap. Kenya is from the language of Kinyarwanda. Yeah. And he does like the trap version. It's like a drill music for that country, right? He's, if not the biggest artist there. You know what I mean? There's another guy called Ish Kevin. Shout out to him. But, man, they're just, how do I say this? Like, they're about the music, man. They're about the music. I see a lot of similarities between Rwanda and Ottawa in terms of, like, people wanting to mingle and make music together, you know what I mean, and craft music together. But I think the difference is over there is that there's that sauce. I don't know how to explain it. It's like it's an African sauce, like it's a Rwandese sauce. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like, I met B-Threy, like, we were on the phone a couple of times. One time, and we said we're going to link to the studio, and we did the song the next day at the studio, and then we shot the video the next.
See, that's the crazy thing, because I feel like with artists, it's never that straightforward.
People kick it in the studio, people smoke,
and then if the vibe is there, if the vibe is not there, right.
I thought this guy was this person online, but he's this guy, you know what I mean? I swear to you, I was on WhatsApp call at 5 p.m. Rwanda time, And then I linked with him the next day, 3 p.m. I played 3 beats. The third beat was Is You Down? He's like, yo, this is the one. We probably had like 2 shots of Jameson. Rondis love Jameson. We had 2 shots of Jameson. I went and did the hook. And then we went back. And then some guy came and he was trying to get us food. He spilled the Jameson. He's going to remember this. He spilled the bottle of Jameson. B-Threy got cheesed. He got cheesed. So he poured like his like frustration on the song. And then I went and did the verse. And that was the song. And then we heard the song like maybe 30 times in the studio. And we're like, yo, we need to shoot the video. The videographer came to the studio, heard the song. He's like, yo, let's do it tomorrow. That afternoon, we went to pick the locations. Yeah. Next day, we shot the video. Yeah. And a week later, I'm back here and I got the song.
Talk your shit! Boom, boom, let's go, nigga! No, because I'll be honest with you. No, I was talking shit before. That's one of your best songs. Yo, I don't care. I don't give a fuck what niggas say about.
That's my best release song. In your opinion.
Yes. No, because you haven't shown me shit.
Yeah. I always show you shit. I always show you
shit. So far, lately, you haven't shown me shit.
No.
I always show this guy shit. I don't know what this guy's saying. I always show him stuff.
But this song, that video, the execution, who you had in it, the feature.
But you know, it's one of those.
The views. The views are important. No, the views.
Organic.
How many views?
I think we're like almost at 100K.
Oh, 100K? Oh,
almost at 100.
Some light.
Organic, you know what I mean though?
Some light. Okay.
And it plays on TV.
Oh, does it? No, but the interview shot in Africa too with the. Anyways, my niggas doing shit.
No, man, I'm grateful, yo. I'm grateful, but it's one of those things that you can't emulate. You can't redo it, bro. You know what I mean? How many people? I mean, you sat down with how many artists and they've told you, yo, yeah, we linked up. We did the song. That was the first time we met. The next day we shot the video. Then it came out. It doesn't happen like.
Because the thing is, especially in Ottawa, and I can speak for the engineers and the producers that I know, it's always a fucking long process to release anything. No, because niggas is pussy. No, niggas is pussy to release.
Pussy about what? What do you think they're pussy about? Wanting to drop the song?
No. They're so self-conscious about their music that they feel like they have to release the perfect song. But nigga, you're not perfect. That shit is never coming. That shit is never. And like, if it was a perfect song, chances are niggas is not fucking.
It's not perfect for everyone.
Yeah, niggas is not fucking with it.
And yo, honestly, even for myself, I'm not gonna lie, that's a lesson that I learned. Cause like, bro, I used to store music for years. For years, you know, and I would always tell myself, yo, it's not the right time. This is a good song. And any artist I'm sure could relate to this, bro. You listen to a song like a month later, and you're like, yo, this shit is trash. And at the time, it was fire to you. You know what I mean?
To you. But chances are, nigga, you're not releasing the music for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. If you're an entertainer, the music comes out for. And niggas get that line blurred a lot, I feel like.
But artists are self-absorbed. They're very self-conscious. They're.
Are you saying that you're self-absorbed?
To a certain extent, yeah. To a certain extent, you know what I mean? But I try not to do that anymore. You know what I mean? I don't hold music in chains anymore. You know what I mean? Like, if I feel like it's ready to go, it's gonna go. It's ironic to say because I haven't really dropped.
And this nigga said he has some shit coming. Nigga, fuck you, nigga. I know you got shit coming, nigga.
I just to announce it now. I'm gonna announce it for the first time off the ropes. And I said this last time, but my mixtape is coming. Well, the first tape is coming January 2022. Before even that, man, first of all, I want to thank you, man, for even inviting me to your platform to. I said this in the beginning, but E-media, like just the idea and even the creation of this movement, or even my motivation to come into to do music, is all because of you as well. You know what I mean? Like you're one of the only people that I shared a lot of my passions with initially, like going into the scene, and I think you held on to that firmly. You know what I mean? And we pushed each other. So I appreciate you not only as a friend, as a guide. You know what I mean? As an advisor, as someone I can go to for a lot of things. So I want to congratulate you. And then secondly, I want to shout out like everyone in Africa once again, like for real, because this year more than anything taught me that the support doesn't necessarily always come from the place that you expect from. Not to say that I never got support here, because I got a lot of support here, but I noticed that a lot of people, when I came back, went back to their roots. Like, I saw people with like Spanish backgrounds go back to you know, their Spanish backgrounds and start doing Spanish music. I noticed some people who are Jamaican or Caribbean start doing Caribbean music and like want to tap into that. And I think it's important, because at the end of the day, like, and I'm not even trying to take credit for that, because I don't think I can, but man, like, Canada's a melting pot, you know what I mean? And we
Especially
all
Ottawa
sure. Or Toronto, and you know what I mean?
Toronto.
Like, we all blend in and we all bring our different approaches. So what's the point of all being, you know, trying to do the same thing, you know? So shout out to everyone that's doing that. And then thirdly, I just want to thank God, man. I want to thank God. We went through a very tough year. Not only the pandemic, we lost some close ones, you know what I mean? I can't even enumerate the amount of people that, you know, I've heard or I've seen lose their life over the course of the year, and we're still here, so I'm very thankful for that. But yeah, I think going into year 2022 now, we're going into overdrive, you know what I mean? Like, I'm really taking this craft very seriously, and this tape, I think, is going to be the commencement of something different, and I'm stating it out loud because I know for a fact what's coming. So just be on the lookout. The tape is coming in January. I have a video.
What's the name of it?
I don't even know.
Oh,
I don't even know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know. What's crazy? It's not crazy, but I have the songs already, so I know every single song. I could even tell you some of the features. Like,
No, off camera.
that.
no, these niggas don't deserve it. Just yet.
The first single's coming like first week of January. We're shooting the video this week.
That's my birthday, actually.
So it's coming out on SEAKA's birthday. You know what I mean? The video's coming out on SEAKA's birthday. So keep a lookout for that. And yeah, after that, I think the next thing is going to be setting myself up to start doing shows. I want to start traveling locally, and even I want to go back. I already have shows booked, like waiting for me back in Rwanda. No flex, but like I can actually go back and do shows now. So like I want to do shows here too, though, because this is what started me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the next thing is just going to touch the fans, being people
For sure.
in person.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for that. I definitely want to be a part of that. So,
Are you coming? You're coming on tour?
Is that a question?
Okay, bet.
okay.
We're taking off the ropes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, whatever, nigga.
Offline?
You know I'm there. So,
Okay.
please,
Yeah,
can we please let us know where we can find you on social media?
Yeah. So it's by Kazi on IG, by Kazi _ on Twitter, by Kazi on TikTok. I do a lot of remixes. If you guys want to go check it out. Yo, we didn't even talk about it, but word for word, I think I did a better verse, respectfully, than Lil B's feature on.
I guess no.
Wants and Needs. On Wants and Needs.
I guess you guys are getting that on the next Off the Ropes podcast. It was the last. It was the next. It was the latest Off the Ropes podcast. And we'll find you on the next episode.
Much love.
Peace.
All right, yo, that was a sick episode.